Greetings all. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Lionel van der Walt, your new Chief Executive Officer and Executive Vice President here at RCI. I just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself and to tell you a bit more about my management philosophy and how I'm going to be leading the organization to better serve you. What I've done is I've created an acronym like almost everything in your industry. There's so many acronyms that I'm learning now. It's absolutely incredible, but that's a good thing. So the acronym that I've come up with is MERIT, and that will tell you a bit more about my philosophy on how we're going to be working as an organization. The M in MERIT stands for members. So that's the first letter, and that's going to be first in everything we do, is really looking out for what is the needs of the members, doing a lot more to understand what you want and how we can add better value for you. And then every decision we'll make will be in line with that philosophy, members first. The second aspect, the E, stands for engagement. RCI and our industry that we represent, the building envelope consultants, does not exist as an island. So we will be doing a lot of work to engage with other industry associations and companies that are out there that could potentially work with us to better serve you. This could be NRCA, it could be AIA, ASTM, any of these organizations that might have like-minded goals and objectives as we have. Obviously, we will not always agree on everything, but at the end of the day, I'm 100% confident that there are many areas that we can agree, and those are the areas where we will work together. And at the end of the day, I do believe that a united industry is a strong industry, so such collaboration will really add a lot of value for us. The third aspect, the R, stands for results. We're going to institute a very results-focused organizational culture here at head office. And that will help us then to better manage your money and to ensure that we're delivering on the promises and your needs that have been agreed upon in our strategic objectives. The next aspect after the R is I, which stands for innovation. One of the things I'm really passionate about is working with my team to see how do we innovate to bring new services and products that can better serve you, but at the same time also challenging everything that we do to see how do we become more productive and how do we reduce costs. One of my key objectives going forward is that I freeze for our core members, the consultants, your membership dues in the following year. I do not want to have an increase there, but in order to do that, I need to find areas where I can compensate for those revenues that we're going to be losing by reducing costs. So taking out paper and modernizing our organization is going to be a key project for us going forward. I'll tell you a bit more about this as I've done my research and really better understood where we can add value in these areas. But I've challenged my team to go out and look at every single process that we have to see how do we modernize it, taking a more online or electronic approach to it, take out the paper. One example is the conference where we are shipping tons, printing, sorting, filing, and then shipping tons of paper, be it agendas, be it proceedings, etc. And this is something that I want to address and see how can we still serve you with all that information, but in a more modern way. The next aspect and the final one in MERIT is T, and that's teamwork. One of the things I'll be driving here is to instill a culture of teamwork amongst the people where everybody is working together to serve you and everybody's pulling in that same direction. And that's my role as the Chief Executive Officer, is really to set that vision, drive the strategy, and then to empower my team to be able to better serve you. So going forward, that's the philosophy. I hope it makes sense. I welcome any comments in that regard. The last thing I just wanted to do is tell you a bit what I've done in the first month I've been here at RCI. I started on the 1st of January. In that first month, I've had the honor of going and visiting and meeting Joe Hale as well as Dick Cannon and it's been an eye-opener for me. I think the jury of fellows are extremely important. I will be engaging more and more with them to tap into their knowledge, expertise, and to really learn from them. What is the history behind the organization? I think there's some great ideas I've already got from both Dick and Joe as to how we can better serve and lead you as our members. So that's something I'll be doing more and more. I've also spent a tremendous time with the EC, which has been great. It's helping me to understand where we want to head as an organization. Building those relationships with the executive team is really important. Other things that we've done in the short period, we've already met with ASTM, and this is part of the philosophy of engagement, working with other organizations, and we're going to be looking at how we could potentially partner with them in a number of areas. Some of it's education, other certification that we're potentially looking at as a project that we can proceed with going into the future. I've also set up meetings and had a number of conversations with Reed Ribble at NRCA already. I'm attending their executive committee meeting this Sunday, and that's pretty exciting to really go meeting with Reed and his leadership. And then on Wednesday at IRA, I will be engaging with Reed also there. We've got a meeting set up to talk a bit more about, what are those areas where we could potentially collaborate and do some more things together as the two associations representing various aspects in the building industry. One last thing I would like to mention is that we've got a very important project that Reed actually initiated at NRCA, which is an industry roofing day in Washington, D.C. I am passionate about advocacy and getting our message out to regulators and letting them understand really what is the value behind our industry and how they should be taking us more seriously when they're making their decisions well in advance of decision making. So we've partnered with NRCA on this project. It's not an NRCA project, it's a multi-association project that Reed and his team at NRCA are leading. So I would like to ask each and every one of you, join us in Washington, D.C. It's really important. We need to be represented there in order to have our voice heard as building envelope consultants. They're looking for team leaders. This is great. If we can have some of our people leading some of these teams, it really strengthens our position and shows the leadership and influence of our organization. Finally, just to let you know that I also spent time at one of our chapter meetings. This past week, I was with the Mid-Atlantic chapter. Amazing, met a number of the stakeholders that work and are represented there. I sat in on the Mid-Atlantic board meeting, which was an eye-opener. I really learned a lot, and I thank the Mid-Atlantic chapter for allowing me to do that. And I look forward to meeting some of the other chapters and sitting in on their board meetings and attending some of their functions. I think this is the only way I'm really going to understand, or better understand, what you as our members want from us and how we can basically work better in alignment with the chapters and see if there's something that we can do to be more effective, i.e., for example, using the chapters to drive membership, helping us on education, which the chapters are really active in already, and advocacy, which, as I've mentioned previously, is really important. I think the chapters can play a more important role in those two key aspects, advocacy as well as driving membership. That's a lot. It's a mouthful, but it's all for now. So I thank you for your time. I look forward to meeting everybody in Houston. Our team here is working at maximum rate, if I can call it that. They're really, really busy working extended hours to ensure that we're going to have a tremendous conference for you as our members. I look forward to meeting and seeing you there. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye for now.